All right, now when you look in the image mode, the first thing that you see are a couple of different image types. And let's actually just work on, here we go. Let's just work on a single image with background to see this best. Image grayscale, basically it discards things and it turns it into a black and white image. So now we have a single channel that's just gray. All of the things located right here change your channel information. So I'm going to display the channel information here, which is the most helpful thing to look at. I'm also going to change the channels to their respective colors so you get a better idea of what's what right there. So when I go into image mode grayscale, oh, hey, the better way to go to black and white is image adjustments black and white. Good to know. Discard. And now we can see we have only one channel and it's gray. And that's how that's being treated. And you just need to know that there's different ways for the different images to combine together. The big two that you're going to deal with are RGB and CMYK. So CMYK is done a lot if you're sending things to the printer and you want to make sure that it looks as close to possible on the screen as it does in the printer. Something to note with CMYK when you're combining the cyan, magenta, yellow, and black is the percentage of black. Well, this is actually a tip that there's so much more that I could go into here. Basically, the way that a printer works is it's combining the cyan, magenta, and yellow channel. And then, like in theory, those three channels could cover all of the colors in the spectrum. But it's kind of a cheat that the printer uses by adding black in a certain way. And the percentage of black that comes from the K channel versus the percentage of black that's a combination of cyan, magenta, and yellow is determined inside of the color profiles and the way that that works right there. I don't dig enough into color modes and all of this right here to really give you the proper explanation right now. Like, this is a much, much larger subject, but that's kind of a hint of how that all works right there. Lab color is a really interesting one. Again, this isn't something that we dig too much into in this course particularly. Rather than having a red, green, blue channel or a cyan, magenta, yellow, black channel, this has a lightness channel, which has the spectrum of like white to black right here. And then it has two other channels, the A star channel, which is the spectrum from green to purple, and the B star channel, which is the spectrum from blue to yellow, which is really weird to think of conceptually, but there's a lot of like really crazy color correction tricks that can be done, like when you switch into LAB color mode. It's technically called LAB color mode, not lab color mode, but whatever. It's things like the ability to adjust the lightness contrast without it affecting the colors in the least. I mean, this is like so like just the tip of the iceberg right here. This didn't affect the actual hues at all. There's so many things to be done with lab. We're not getting into it, but just as a teaser, there's actually the mode is crazy. I'm almost always working in RGB because I'm working for screen. And then there's a few other things, like people will talk about doing multi-channel as a way to go from RGB to CMYK with something in between. And multi-channel allows you to add like a bunch of different channels. Index color is something like kind of when you save for a GIF, it's that same thing where it's only like a specific number of colors as opposed to the whole spectrum right here. I think I'm getting this right. It's not something that I work with very often, to be perfectly honest. So you can see it's just like an index of these colors right here. Again, I don't use that mode often. Yeah, I don't have much to say on that. As you can see with a lot of these color modes, there's a lot that can be said about working in these different color modes. And just because I'm going through the drop downs right now, I want to cover them a little bit, a taste of them, but to like really dig into this is LAB color, this is CMYK, this is index, like that's a huge amount of information right there. So I just kind of want to give you a taste of what's involved right there.